Do you ever notice how negativity doesn't usually arrive with a big dramatic moment? It tends to creep in quietly. A thought here, a bit of irritation there, a sense of heaviness that slowly becomes your normal. And after a while, you're not even sure when it started, only that everything feels a little harder than it needs to. This video is about a book called 9-Step Negativity Detox. Reset your mindset and love your life. And at its core, it's built around a simple idea that the mind, just like the body, sometimes needs a detox. Not a one-day fix, but a steady clearing out of the patterns that quietly drain your energy, focus, and enjoyment of life. Most of us don't choose to be negative. We're trained into it. By stress, by habits, by work, by the way we speak to ourselves, by what we consume every day. And the problem is, the brain is very good at rehearsing whatever it practices most. So if it practices worry, comparison, irritation, and self-criticism, it gets very good at them. This book doesn't tell you to just think positive. It does something far more useful. It breaks negativity down into patterns and then works through how to interrupt and replace them in practical ways. Not perfectly, not instantly, but realistically. The first part of the book focuses on awareness, noticing what actually runs through your mind when nothing in particular is happening. Because until you can see your patterns, you can't change them. It encourages you to start observing your reactions. What triggers tension? What drains you? What stories you repeat to yourself? This step alone can be uncomfortable, but it's also empowering. You stop being completely inside the weather of your thoughts and start stepping back from them. You move from, "this is just how I am," to "this is something my mind is doing." That shift matters. From there, the book moves into perspective, not forced gratitude, not pretending things are fine, but deliberately widening the frame. Negativity shrinks attention. It zooms in on threat, lack, and frustration. This step is about retraining attention to include what's already stable, supportive, and working. Not as an exercise in optimism, but as an exercise in accuracy. Because most lives are mixed, and what the mind highlights shapes what the day feels like. Another important theme in the book is environment. Who you're around, what you listen to, what you repeatedly expose yourself to. Negativity is social. Moods spread, attitudes leak, standards quietly normalize. The book encourages a gentle audit, which conversations lift you, which drain you, and where you might need better boundaries, not dramatically, but thoughtfully. Because mindset isn't built in isolation, it's built in ecosystems. One of the stronger sections of the book focuses on response. Not control over what happens, but control over how you meet it. Between something happening and you reacting, there is a small space, and in that space is choice. Negativity tends to collapse that space. It moves straight from event to emotion to behavior. The detox process is about reopening it, slowing reactions, questioning assumptions, choosing responses that don't make things heavier than they already are. This isn't about being passive, it's about being deliberate. If you're enjoying this kind of content and it's helping you reflect a bit more on how your mind works, you can support the channel by liking the video and subscribing. It helps more than you might think, and it lets this reach people who might really need it. And if this book sounds like something that could be genuinely useful to you, you can find 9-Step Negativity Detox. Reset your mindset and love your life at betterselfbooks.co.uk. The link is in the description. As the book develops, the emphasis shifts from removing negativity to installing something better. Healthier self-talk, more forgiving standards, a more constructive inner tone, because the mind doesn't stay empty. Whatever you clear out will be replaced by something. The question is whether you choose it, or let habit choose for you.
And this is where the idea of a detox becomes long-term. It's not a cleanse, it's a retraining.
What makes this book useful is that it doesn't talk about mindset as a personality trait. It treats it as a system, something learned, something reinforced, something adjustable. And when you see it that way, change becomes less dramatic and far more possible. If nothing else, let this be a reminder that the way you speak to yourself, frame your days, and interpret your experiences isn't fixed. It's trained, and anything trained can be retrained.